Do you want to build a strong back? Well, good news for you, because the back is literally the easiest muscle group to build. And the crazy thing, you will only need one exercise for that. It's the pull-up. But is it as simple as it sounds? Well, if done correctly, then yes. I transformed my back from looking like this to this. And I will show you exactly how to do the same. But before that, let's make sure you can do a correct pull-up. And even if you are advanced, don't skip this part, because you might find something you can improve your pull-up even more and it will boost your progress. Because there is pull-ups and there is pull-ups, and 90% of people do them wrong. Let me show you what I mean. First, the hook grip. Wrap your thumb around the bar for better control and grip security. Then active hang. Keep your shoulders engaged and don't hang passively. No swinging, legs together, stay tight, and no momentum when pulling up. Pull from your back and not your arms. Drive your elbows down instead of curling up. You need to imagine in your brain that you only pull from your back muscles. Then chin over bar. Get your chin clearly above the bar every single rep. And now the most important thing. Extend your arms fully when coming down. I see so many people in the gym doing pull-ups and they never extend their arms fully. Trust me, this is such a small thing, but it makes a huge difference, and don't do the same mistake. Okay, great, Jason, I can do pull-ups now. Good. The next goal you should go for is 10 clean pull-ups. And before you hit that goal, don't even think about doing something else like variations or add weight, because this would only train your ego. You need to focus on repetitions only. And I'm talking about clean pull-ups, not something different. It's really important that you do them perfectly, because otherwise you will just stagnate your progress. Good, but how to train for that? And now here's the magic. I will give you a structure, a training structure, which even I still train for, and I'm really advanced and I can do a lot of pull-ups, but this structure is just the best and it will make you progress the fastest. Here's your structure. First, set a goal, a high number of repetitions you go for. For example, 100 pull-ups or 200 pull-ups. Trust me, this might sound like really a lot, but it will make sense in the end. Set a high number of repetitions you want to go for. Then start a timer so you can track your progress. And after you started the timer, you should always go for about 8 to 10 repetitions. And you continue with doing this amount of repetitions until you reach your set number, until you reach your goal, for example 100 pull-ups. And you might, or you probably think, I'm not able to do 10 pull-ups in a row. This is stupid. Yes, me neither. I can't do 10 pull-ups in a row for 200 reps. And that's why you need to scale it. Let me explain to you. You should always do the hardest for you possible variation of a pull-up until you can't do them anymore. As soon as you hit failure for your muscle, you then scale the movement. What does scaling mean? It means doing an easier form. Here is some examples. A negative pull-up. And if you can't do any negative pull-ups no more, you should then go on and do banded pull-ups. If you can't do any banded no more, you can go on with ring row or Australian pull-ups. And the beautiful thing about that is it also works the other way around. If you're really advanced and if you can already do muscle ups or high pulls or whatever you can still use this principle and you just do it a bit differently. For example, if you do 100 pull-ups and this is too easy for you, you can, for example, go for 100 muscle ups. And if you can't do no muscle ups no more in your set, you scale to normal pull-ups or high pull. Or you then scale to normal pull-ups, or in the end you scale to even Australian pull-ups. And this is crazy because people who can do muscle ups still go and scale the movement to Australian pull-ups. And this sounds crazy for a lot of people. But the reason why this works is because of RPE. You go till muscle failure. Let me get a bit more deeply on that. There is some scale which is called RPE. And what this basically means, it's an expression of how difficult was the set for you. 1 is it was really easy, I didn't even struggle. And 10 is total failure. 10 means you can't even do another repetition no more, or you can't even hold up your arms no more. And most of the people in the gym, when they work out, they only go for about 5 to 6. But you should, before every set, you should focus and go for at least 7 to 8, because this is where the difference is made. If you already go to work out and you already want to build a strong back, you already set that goal for you. It wouldn't make sense for you to just go and feel comfortable. Training is not for feeling comfortable. Training is for going to failure. Training is for building muscles. You don't do this for fun. You do this because you want to have a strong back and you need to deserve it. That's why before every set you do, focus on aiming between 7 and 8, and this will boost your progress like crazy. Trust me. Do this before every set and do this for 100 reps and you will have the fastest progress to build a strong back. And trust me, this is really the secret. You need to go all in and then you need to train for repetitions, and then nothing is between you and your goal of achieving a strong back. And this works so beautifully well. Just do it for a few months and you will see your reps increasing, you will see you doing a lot of progress, and so on and so on. Okay, Jason, I can do 10 repetitions now. Congratulations, you probably already have a back which looks better than 99% of people. What's the next? Because you will stagnate if you keep doing repetitions. Now, here's the beautiful thing. If you want to then go on from 10 reps, your next thing you can do is either go for different repetitions, meaning different variations of a pull-up. There is 100s on YouTube, I will not go deeply. You can also check in my course, I explain so many different variations for pull-ups. Or you can add weights, and adding weights is pretty easy. You can either use a weight vest, or you can just grab a backpack, fill it with weights or books or water bottles and do the same thing again. And this is so great because you can always do the same movement, do it differently, do it with more weight, and you will always progress in your back. You will not stagnate, you will not be bored. It's literally the best way of training. And this is just how I work out, this is how I build my back, this is what works really well. And if you have such a strong back, you can in the future even go for calisthenics skills and they will be much easier. If it's the case that you are already a strong person and you want to be focused more on calisthenics, then you should really check out my community in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.